Revelation 2:12-17, the compromising church. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, These things says he who has the sharp two-edged sword. I know your works, and where you dwell, where Satan's throne is, and you hold fast to my name, and did not deny my faith, even in the days in which Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you, because you have there those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. Thus you also have those who hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. Repent, or else I will come to you quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna to eat. And I will give him a white stone, and on the stone a new name written, which no one knows except him who receives it. On the angel of the church, see note 120. In the 1st century AD, the city of Pergamos, 50 miles north of Smyrna, was the leading religious center of Asia Minor. Like Smyrna, Pergamos was a center of emperor worship, and Christians were persecuted harshly for their refusal to engage in such worship. Non-Christians deemed such refusal disloyal and unpatriotic. This is why Jesus called Pergamos the location of Satan's throne. The situation for Christians in Pergamos was even worse than at Smyrna. A faithful man named Antipas had already been killed. On the sword, see note at 116. A viewpoint resembling the doctrine of Balaam in the Old Testament, Numbers 22-25, which is probably linked to the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, had a strong foothold in the church. The sword of my mouth is that of verse 12. The duty of the church at Pergamos was to combat the false viewpoints in their midst, lest they be judged by Jesus. On he who has an ear, see note at verse 7. The reference to him who overcomes, receiving hidden manna, is intended to remind readers that Israel's sin in eating food sacrificed to idols in Numbers 25 was that much worse because God was still giving them manna, even as he was still caring for his church in Pergamos. The white stone and new name may be related to victory in the ancient Greek athletic games, which allowed an athlete to retire permanently, or to entrance to a community feast.